Good morning, students. Today we studied about history chapter number 2 from trade to territory. The company established power. Aurangzeb was the last powerful Mughal ruler. After the death of Aurangzeb in 1707, many Mughal governors and zamindars began asserting their authority and established regional kingdom. Delhi could not no longer function as an effective center of India. East India Company took advantage of this situation and became a ruler of India. But from small company to become a ruler of India was a long journey. We studied this point in detail in this chapter. So please listen and watch carefully this video. Now our next point is East India Company comes east. In 1600, the East India Company acquired a charter from the ruler of England, the Queen Elizabeth I, granting it the sole right to trade with East. This means that no other company could compete with East India Company. So, East India Company established in India as a mercantile company. What is mercantile? A mercantile company means a business enterprise that makes profit through buying goods at a cheap price and selling them at a higher price. So, East India Company have a one kind of, you can say, monopoly. But the Royal Charter, however, could not prevent other European companies entered in India. In fact, East India Company did not invent the route of India. The route of India discovered by the Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama in 1498, and almost after 200 years East India Company entered in Indian territory. But East India Company was one of the successful company and Britishers was one of the successful ruler in India. The problem was in all the company were interested buying the same thing, like finest quality of Indian silk and cotton and spices. For this, I will show you one video how East India Company comes east and how they fought with each other and they sank their ships in sea.
East India Company comes east. In the year 1600, the East India Company acquired a charter from the ruler of England, Queen Elizabeth I, granting it the sole right to trade with the East. This meant that no other trading group in England could compete with the East India Company. With this charter, the company could venture across the oceans looking for new lands from which it could buy goods at a cheap price and carry them back to Europe to sell at higher prices. The company did not have to fear competition from other English trading companies. Mercantile trading companies in those days made profit primarily by excluding competition so that they could buy cheap and sell dear. Mercantile means a business enterprise that makes profit primarily through trade, buying goods cheap and selling them at higher prices. The Royal Charter, however, could not prevent other European powers from entering the eastern markets. By the time the first English ships sailed down the west coast of Africa, round the Cape of Good Hope, and crossed the Indian Ocean, the Portuguese had already established their presence in the western coast of India and had their base in Goa. In fact, it was Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese explorer, who had discovered the sea route to India in 1498. the early 17th century, the Dutch too were exploring the possibilities of trade in the Indian Ocean. Soon, the French traders arrived on the scene. The problem was that all the companies were interested in buying the same thing. The fine quality of cotton and silk produced in India had a big market in Europe. Pepper, cloves, cardamom, and cinnamon too were in great demand. Competition amongst the European companies inevitably pushed up the prices at which these goods could be purchased, and this reduced the profits that could be earned. The only way the trading companies could flourish was by eliminating rival competitors. The urge to secure markets therefore led to fierce battles between the trading companies. Through the 17th and 18th centuries, they regularly sank each other's ships, blockaded routes, and prevented rival ships from moving with supplies of goods. Trade was carried on with arms, and trading posts were protected through fortification. This effort to fortify settlements and carry on profitable trade also led to intense conflict with local rulers. The company therefore found it difficult to separate trade from politics. Let us see how this happened.
Now you just saw in video that how East India Company comes east and they fought with each other for Indian goods like silk, cotton and spices. Our next point will be East India Company began their trade in Bengal. Bye students.